Hey everybody, welcome back to the MountainGeek Podcast. I'm Hunter Davenport.
And I'm Brian Bradley.
Here we are in our standard location, here in our secret underground dwelling that you will never know the location of.
It's so secret that they wouldn't let us in last week. So
Exactly, yeah, and Brian actually still doesn't have an access. I had to sneak him in. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell all of the people that we work for that are going to watch this.
Please. But second week on campus, first week was pretty hectic for me. I'm a senior, and you and I both are seniors. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of hectic classes that just hit the ground running. But we still have quite a bit to talk about, don't we, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a few things around campus, which we always like to start out first with. The cultural jam that happened this Friday. It was a thing presented by the Multicultural Center, and I'm actually very proud of ETSU always doing a really great job of bringing students together, regardless of anything.
I really enjoy that because I'll go back home and it's just it just seems weird. Yeah. But here it really does feel inclusive. Right. Yeah.
They do a really good job of breaking the monotony and just bringing everybody together for a common goal. We're all students. It's all one love, baby. Mm-hmm. It's all about the love, baby. As our esteemed community college history teacher would say. Brian and I actually went to the same community college for 2 years, and we just had a teacher that really impacted our lives. Jared McGee, wherever you are, we love you. The culture jam was really nice. If you had a chance to stop by, you know what I'm talking about. It was insane. A ton of people out there. Happened to the amphitheater right outside the Culp. Sorry, we actually didn't know about it to advertise it last Monday when we posted. But was it last Monday when we posted? Well, whenever it was, we didn't know about it back then. But it was super cool. We actually heard about it at a East Tennessean meeting. Of course, Science Forward are all over the place. I mean, if you went anywhere on campus, I'm sure you heard at least something about it.
I'm sure there were emails too.
Oh yeah, I'm positive. If anything happened on campus, every student gets at least 10 emails about it. I really wish that was you could have a certain folder just for ETSU official emails. It's emails from your professor or something going your regular inbox, but here's the something happening on campus folder needs to exist
so that we can
what.
I just
yes.
I just feel like if we had something like that, then it would build up and we would forget about it.
Right. Oh, that's happening on campus. I guess that's why they included it.
Oh man, they had a multicultural event in September.
This is in October. But September's happening. Labor Day's right around the corner. We wish you luck and safety in all of your Labor Day plans.
Drive safe.
Let's time to get mad here a little bit. We're angry here at the MountainGeek Podcast. What are we angry about, Brian?
The Mountain Grump Podcast.
Yeah, we're grumpy.
What are we angry about? Off the top of my head, parking.
Why are you mad about parking? We'll go back and forth.
Because there is none.
And we all know what it's attributed to, too. Mm. The thing we talked about last week. I think we touched on it, but we really didn't get to see the full impact of it until this semester.
Disclaimer: football stadium is beautiful. Very glad to have a team back. Very glad to have the band back. Yeah. But not going to be able to get in to see them because there's nowhere to park. I actually have a friend that just moved up here from community college, and she's living with her dad about 20 minutes away, and parking is so bad that she's already signed up for a dorm next year.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
So if it's a money-making tactic...
Do you have a horror story about parking? Something in particular that happened to you?
Not aside from... No, I've had horror stories in previous years, and so this year I've just actually kind of saved up all the errands I need to run until tonight.
Until we're going out and no one's going to be on campus anymore.
I am there, and I'm not moving because I know what'll happen.
Yeah, it's always been hectic. Because back when I lived on campus, I would park and then, not go anywhere for a week, And I'm sure all the commuter students are very happy about that. But, whatever.
Well, I do.
It's a perk of living on campus.
I park in the back and, where you used to park.
Yeah.
And I never,
Yeah, the parking lot we're in reference to are the...
it's not like a parking in the very front, taking up that space
The parking lots that are near the BCM behind Ross and Powell Hall. Ross is the Geosciences Hall, and there are a few... there's one square parking lot, and there's another big one that extends down to the Culp. That's a fairly big parking lot. A lot of people park there. It's student and faculty, so anybody can park there. But
and you can park in faculty after 4:30?
After 4:30. That's a new thing. It used to be like 6, or 7.
I think
it was a lot later. But now, just so everyone knows, you can park in faculty parking. But as long as it's not handicapped, I still think they get.
Well, yeah, don't park in handicapped.
You can park in faculty parking if you're a student, and vice versa. If it's after 4:30. If it's after 4:30 p.m. I had to do this to go to that meeting we had to go to.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah. I had to. There really wasn't anywhere else to park.
But then...
and it was that late in the evening. It happened at 5.
Yeah, it was at 5. And
I got there at
even parking in faculty, I was still 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Because...
and I got there at 4:50. And I was like, good Lord, where am I going to park? Because I figured there wouldn't be that many people on campus. But sure enough, there were. I think something was going on. But...
it's first week, so probably.
Yeah, welcome week, something's always going
Hunter's like, are you here? And I was like, I've been here for the last 10 minutes. I'm just not inside.
The meeting had already started, and I'm like, he lives on campus. He should have beat me here, but you were gone somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I have a story that happened to me yesterday. Actually, this is Friday. We're recording this. I left class. My class gets out at 3:35, and I walked from Roger Stout to my car, to my truck at the parking garage, on the top floor of the parking garage. By the time I got in my truck at 3:45, it took me. I wasn't going very fast. It took me 15 minutes to go walk from Roger Stout to my car, to my truck, because I was in a hurry. I got home at 10 after 4, and I live less than 5 minutes off of campus
because of the traffic.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it took me almost 30 minutes to get home because of the traffic. I didn't run any traffic until I got out of the parking garage, and there at that little roundabout where
that place is awful,
next to State of Franklin. I literally had to force myself between two cars at the roundabout so I could get up and go around the back. The line at the back, the road that runs behind campus, what's that one called? Anyway. The line just to get on that road going by the CPA, I was there for almost 10 minutes. Drove up, and I was like, okay, once I got on the road, this wasn't that bad. And then right about the tennis courts, the cars were lined up to the stop sign. And a lot of people were trying to turn left because a lot of people live that way. And that was another almost 10 minutes of me trying to get out. And I finally got home. I literally could have walked there faster. Mm-hmm. I like I said, I live off of campus, but it's still not that far at all.
Yeah,
you've
about
been
5
there.
minutes.
Yeah,
it takes longer to get out of campus with no traffic than it is
a
to
healthy
get over your house.
It's a healthy 5 minutes if you're out of the car, getting in, starting it up, leaving campus, and then getting into the house and getting out of the car and getting in the door. That's every bit of 5 minutes. But just the drive is maybe 2. But it's no secret to anyone who lives on campus that parking is just awful.
It makes you late. It's hurting your academics.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you're late. Well, I couldn't find parking. But I know a lot of teachers are really understanding about that because it's not great for faculty either. Sure they do get priority parking and stuff, and they get to park a little closer to the buildings they go to. But even I've had professors late because they couldn't find a parking spot.
Mm-hmm.
You sitting in class and your professor's late, and this hasn't even been this year. This has been before this.
And this is one of those things that ETSU has tried to solve by telling people, oh, carpool. Have your parents drop you off and leave, and it's like...
Well, that's
hard to do.
That's why I have a car, so I can drive myself.
And, some of us leave, an hour and a half away. Yeah. We can't walk.
I know people who live in Greenville commute to up here.
And if you live up here...
if you're driving for an hour just to get up here, you don't want to have to spend another hour parking. Mm-hmm. The obvious solution is kind of like printing money in this situation would be make another parking lot, but then what are you going to sacrifice? The school's really out of real estate to put that place, unless they've made another parking lot next to the railroad tracks behind campus. But then everyone's car would get dirty. It's the coal dust blowing off the trains. But I mean, that's kind of all we have to say about parking. Like Forrest Gump says, that's all we got to say about that. But just make your voice heard. I know, especially our president Brian Nolan pays a lot of attention to social media and stuff. But there's also ways to make formal complaints if you wish. I mean, because everyone knows parking is awful.
Oh, I do have another complaint. The hot water has been off in my dorm all week. As far as I know, it's still not on.
And not like at all?
At all. See, it's actually, here's the thing. Yeah. It's actually very funny because,
it doesn't sound very funny.
The dorm is it's a hallway with the rooms on it.
Right, the two wings, yeah.
There's a bathroom on this side and a bathroom on this side. This bathroom, like, you turn on the water and it starts to warm up and then it goes cold. And my roommate Aaron said I had to jump between 3 showers to finish. And he was traumatized. I was like, I'd hug you, but you just got out of the shower.
Yeah, I mean, if in a place that you're living, you shouldn't have to resort to like Navy showers,
especially,
like getting wet, turning the water off, lathering up, and then rinsing, turn the water back on, rinse off, and turning it back off. Like, I mean, this is where a lot of people live. Like, this is where adults live.
And pay a lot of money to live.
Yeah, and pay a lot of money to live there.
And the other bathroom, I was like, I'll just go down the hall. I bet the water there is working.
Yeah.
All hot water. So I had to jump between 2 showers.
On 2 wings of the...
And, like, believe me...
Wait. So the hot water is complete...
Everything on the left side is cold water, and everything in the bathroom on the right side is hot water.
Have you let your RA know?
Yes.
Oh, good.
He was like...
Who's your RA this year?
I don't know his name.
Oh, okay.
They changed it.
They changed it. Well, I mean...
It's only been a week.
RAs graduate like everyone else. So
yeah.
You know how it is. All right, let's talk about more pleasant things here on the Mountain Geek Podcast.
Yeah, let's talk about what we came for.
Let's talk about shows that we like.
Shows,
yeah. We talked about Defenders last week. You and I watched a little bit more of that. We still haven't finished it, but it's still really good. Look, you and I watched something on YouTube Red. Something that's a new-ish program to YouTube.
I really don't want to pay for YouTube Red, but I want to see commercials even less. Even with ad blocker, you still get commercials on your phone and on your on your console.
I mean, other than PC, there's really no way to escape them.
And but it's $10, and I keep meaning to cancel it, and I just enjoy it too much because you can also save videos offline, and so I'll save like music, and I'll listen to that while I drive, and it doesn't use up my data.
Yeah.
So I hate YouTube Red, but it's really handy.
I'm
not trying to plug it.
It's a utility.
But you see where I'm coming from because it has a lot of good things.
Right.
I don't want to pay for it, but it has a lot of good things. But,
Right, I mean, you used to be able to play YouTube videos in the background all the time. But then they stopped it for a while.
Yeah. But now you can again if you
have YouTube Red. Yeah. How much is that a month?
$10.
$10? Okay. It's like every other service.
It's cheaper than Hulu, yeah.
Well, Hulu's
like $15.
Oh well.
Or I think it's like $7 if you want them to still play ads.
I just pay my share of the bill. Well, the free Hulu is
free Hulu has commercials.
Has commercials. We had to stop that. I was trying to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and there's a commercial literally every 3 or 4 minutes. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even like where the commercials are supposed to be in the anime, because they have breaks,
Yeah.
The place where that title screen comes in. But
at that point, it's easier just to watch regular TV and do them all at once.
Right. What did we watch on YouTube Red?
We watched the new Game Grumps original series, Good Game.
Good game.
Good game.
Okay, good. And it's like a good game. Good game.
You're wonderful.
No, thank you. Explain this a little bit.
So, Good Game is a series that stars the Let's Players, the Game Grumps, who are about the only Let's Players that I follow. I tried Mark for a while. I tried Mark for a while. I love Mark.
Markiplier.
I love a lot of Let's Players, but I don't watch a lot of Let's Players.
That's
I know they're like really good people, and they're really happy to have the job that they do. And I'm not sure if it was written by them or not. There was some discussion on that, but we didn't look it up. And it's basically about the 2 main characters get a group together to win a MOBA tournament and win $1 million.
Yeah, they're getting into esports. which are gaining a lot of popularity. I hate to go on another tangent, but that's kind of what this show does. Like they play esports in like bars now, like sports bars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I actually saw a video on a picture on Reddit yesterday of someone at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they had the Counter-Strike Global Offensive World Tournament like on one of the screens, and I was like,
that's pretty amazing.
We made it.
Yeah.
We on the map now, boys.
They've made a job out of things that not having a job used to look like.
Yeah, that's actually a quote from the show.
And, the Nintendo World Championships are coming up in a couple weeks. They're giving out tickets right now.
Yeah, World Championships for what? What are they playing?
Nintendo games.
Oh, Smash is going to be on there.
Oh, yeah. Splatoon 2. For sure. But... I think there's a lot of speed
wonderful
running.
game.
I've never been but I imagine there's a lot of a lot of old timey console games set up for people to play.
Yeah, games done quick is a great thing. It happens a few times a year, but the big one's right in the middle of the summer, and they raise a ungodly amount of money for charity. It's crazy. Like what I think it's called. It's games done quick, and the Pepsi Man thing. Do you remember that? That was like a meme for a while.
Yeah.
Like a guy played Pepsi Man for the Super Nintendo dressed as Pepsi Man in like 5 minutes. And never made a sound, just the whole time. I mean, speedrunning is something that a lot of people are into. But MOBAs are something a lot of people are into. MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. That's what it stands for. And
it's they're World of Warcraft type
and in
games.
the show Good Game, like we were talking about, they
made one up.
Yeah.
Kill core. Kill-tacular.
It's just it's a show kind of satirizing the whole thing, but also really putting the gaming community in a positive light.
And
at the same time, which is a feat in itself.
That being said, it's very vulgar.
It's definitely a mature show. Yeah,
I laughed. They had a lot of clean jokes that I laughed at, and then some of the vulgar jokes, I was like. But I know a lot of people are just totally okay with that. We're. It didn't bother us too much, especially not when we watched it together. Because then it's like
it's funny. We can bounce off of it,
Yeah, but so just fair warning. But then if you like Game Grumps, you're probably kind of used to that, anyways.
I mean, if you're thinking about getting YouTube Red and you're just wanting a reason to get it, honestly, there's only 2 episodes out right now, but they're great. It's an honest to goodness sitcom that has internet people in it, and
it's funny.
It's very, very funny.
It's really cool seeing comedians that thrive off of their improv skills do something that they scripted out.
Yeah, I mean it's really, really cool. There's something else that you're super excited about. 3D Metroid. So that's cool.
New Metroid.
Wow, what you said there was an interesting story behind it.
I'm so interested in Metroid that I main Farah in Overwatch.
Overwatch is the game that we all know and love.
They haven't had a new one. They came out with one for the Wii, and it was awful. Like, it was very poorly received. If you want an unbiased opinion, which, I don't like first-person stuff anyways.
Right, yeah.
I'm not, like...
First person's not
gonna
fly with
I feel
Metroid.
very trapped whenever I play stuff like that, and I'm getting more into it, but
right.
So I didn't enjoy it at all. But they're actually coming out with a new 2D Metroid, which is something that hasn't been out since the Game Boy.
Right.
And it's actually a remake.
The Game Boy.
The Game Boy.
Ooh.
This is a remake of Metroid 2, which came out for the Game Boy Color, and gosh, it was old. It was black and white. They had to dumb everything down to fit it onto the Game Boy. It wasn't even the Game Boy Color, which is the one we had.
Right.
But this is the game where Samus exterminates the Metroids. Smash Bros, every other game, you hear Samus is this legendary bounty hunter that wiped out an entire dangerous population. And, what Metroids look like. That's what they look like as babies.
See, I mean, a lot of people think Samus is Metroid, but that's just not true.
Yeah.
That's like
Metroid
Link
and his girlfriend. But so
Metroids are the little alien-looking things.
Yeah, the little alien things with the sharp teeth. If you want to see what those look like fully grown, there's even a queen, who I believe is the final boss. How do I know this, you ask? Because I played it. The game doesn't come out until September 15th, but the interesting story that I was telling you about was this game already has a remake.
Yeah.
it was recreated with the Game Boy, like the modernized 2D Metroid art.
So it's a remake of a remake.
It was not licensed by Nintendo.
What?
Which you know, if you know anything about Nintendo, you know they're about Walt Disney level of pulling the lever
when it comes to legal action, class action lawsuits.
They go through cease and desist like copy paper. And this particular, it was called it was AM2R, a Metroid 2 remake. And it was worked on by this dude out of love for 10 years, and it came out, and Nintendo shut it down. And it kind of makes sense now because they may have already had this one in the works, or they may have shut it down and the backlash caused them to make this game. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to play it because I'm not really into fan games. I've been disappointed a lot.
Yeah,
and, I enjoy the passion behind them, but then Nintendo shut it down after 10 years of this dude making it. And creating fresh stuff, moving everything over, because he used a lot of the assets from more recent Metroid games to remake this crappy one.
Because modern
for the Game Boy, and so for him to do all that and for Nintendo to send him a cease and desist, now I had to play it, and I did, and I beat it. I played it on my laptop through TV in my house, and everyone in my house knew what I was doing.
Oh yeah.
It was my own personal statement. It was fall break.
Fall break.
I was
last year.
Ching, just to spite Nintendo, if nothing else, because that was kind of a rude thing to do, even though they could. And it does, like I said, it makes a little more sense now that they already had a remake for it planned.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
All right, good.
I enjoyed it enough that the new one doesn't actually look as appealing because I feel like I just played it.
Right.
And so they did a really good job on it, but it's gone now.
Right. Moving on a little bit, but still staying in the realm of video games, something that we've talked about, that I have talked about quite a few times on the MountainGeek Podcast before.
If you were with Dylan Looney, then probably.
Right, that you and I love is For Honor. They've released a lot of new heroes since we've last recorded, and we believe they're all out now. One that's released that's probably going to reignite my interest in the game is Highlander.
The Highlander.
Playing for the Vikings. That's super cool.
So there's the
Centurion.
Centurion.
Well, they've released Shinobi.
Yeah, Centurion, Shinobi, Highlander, the Gladiator.
Yeah, the one with the trident. Yeah.
Maybe they've only done 4.
Maybe they have.
They've either only done the 4 out of 6, or
they only have done 4. Yeah, because they've only done 2.
4.
Oh my god!
So there's still 2 more.
We have given you fake news here on the MountainGeek Podcast.
I'm sure it's not
but we're
first
retracting
time.
the statement. We're retracting the statement. Just for the. But the new heroes are out, and they look super cool. The developers have been super active on social media, listening to everybody's problems, and they've actually fixed quite a bit. They've recently introduced ranked play. So, the big guys can fight against each other while us unskilled guys are down here just having fun. And there's a lot of problems with it, but they're fixing it every day.
They're still working on it, which is impressive.
Oh yeah, it's always
that's admirable, and it makes me want to pick the game back up.
Yeah. In Hype Beast news, Destiny 2 is coming out, and I've never seen a community more excited for the same game. I give Destiny a lot of trouble because it wasn't what I expected when the first game came out.
We do have friends that are excited for it, and I've enjoyed a lot of fan-made content for it. Destiny.
Oh yeah. A lot of the stuff that
music and
the fandom
art
for Destiny is really good and pretty much wholesome for the most part.
Which is not something you hear about fandoms very often.
Destiny just has its fan base is, if nothing, loyal. And a lot of people are excited. The concept is really cool. The whole base around the first Destiny game was there was one Earth's last stand, and it was about you taking back more places on the planet on Earth. In Destiny 2, everything's gone. There's no strongholds for Guardians at all. Guardians are the people you play in the game, and It's just you having to rebuild from the ground up. I mean, just everything has been taken from you, and it's your job to take at least something back. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are excited about it. My girlfriend, for one, is super excited about it.
Yeah,
because she's just recently stopped playing Destiny, and that's because all of her friends have, because they're excited about Destiny too. She played the beta for like 2 days solid. She's like, I'm grinding on the beta. I was like, can you only get to like level 8? She's like, yeah.
I'm just making it really slow.
Moving on to music news. Taylor Swift has released a new album. We need to talk about this last week, but I forgot to write it down. What do you think about it, Brian?
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, Taylor Swift's new single.
Please don't ask me.
It's been... it definitely has a lot of downloads on iTunes. I gotta say, I actually went to
literally whatever I say, I will receive backlash.
Put some more money on the account. Put some more money on my account so I could buy some more tunes. And I saw it was like the most popularly downloaded thing, and I'm like, huh, oh dang. But this is contradictory to what I've been seeing.
Well, that's also true. It does always seem that the more popular something is, the more backlash it has as well.
Yep.
Take Frozen for an example. People hate Frozen.
I liked
and it's
it.
not because I did too. It wasn't because it was a bad movie. It was like it caused like Disney's revival. But whenever a new Disney movie comes out, like Moana.
Well, there you go.
I'm sorry.
There's a viral video that makes this guy has Maui, the toy at Walmart. He's like, let me tell you something. It's not Mona. It was hilarious. I've seen it like 100 times.
But whenever they release a new Disney movie, people are like, it's better than Frozen. Which kind of like, doesn't that kind of staple how good Frozen is if people are comparing everything that else Disney does to that?
I didn't think Frozen was that bad.
Frozen was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Pretty good.
Good Disney movie.
Good Disney movie. Good.
I really like the actress, too. Adina Menzel. She's done a lot of Broadway stuff.
Yeah.
But we're getting
she was in Wicked.
Well, I guess we are talking about music, yes. Which they're coming out with a movie for. 2019. Wicked movie.
Oh, wow. 2 years?
Yeah. Well, they just announced that they're starting on it.
Okay. They're like, we're going to do this sometime in the future.
But, like, my mom loves Wicked. And so I listened to the soundtrack because she loves it. And it was in Nashville once, and we just decided it was too long of a drive.
Yeah. The music news on campus, Waka Flocka is going to be playing.
Oh.
The esteemed rapper himself. It's a little late to get your low price tickets, but with your ID you can still get a ticket. This show's going to be at the Mini Dome for $20, and his shows are legendary for just being wild. So I mean, I hope they don't trash the place, but I hope everyone has fun. I plan on going. Mm-hmm. So I hope to see you there. I'm sure a lot of ET press is going to be there. I'm not sure who's going to interview him yet.
I don't know.
It was usually my old roommate, Looney, that would interview the music artists. Yeah, like every time someone came for the Welcome Week concert.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a staple on ETSU campus. And they always get good, they always get solid people. Like, it's not like they are just like, oh, we'll get a local band or something. Like, Bucktainment always does a phenomenal job of getting great artists to come in. Mm-hmm. So... and they got Waka Flocka this year, and that's like, oh shit, yeah, it's gonna be really
say
fun
that?
job.
Do you need me to edit that out?
No, that's fine. This is an adult show for adults, Brian.
What have you done?
But now time is winding down, so it's that time again. It's time for Pick of the Week.
I'm going to get progressively excited about it.
Brian, what was your pick of the week for this week?
My pick of the week is still in the music category. The band Mystery Skulls has released a new album. And if you know anything about Mystery Skulls, you've probably seen the cartoon that went viral. It was at the top of the music for quite a while on YouTube with the pseudo Scooby-Doo gang.
Oh, yeah.
And Mystery Skulls is kind of this bassy techno feel, and I enjoy a lot of... I don't like everything that they've done, but I enjoy a lot of the stuff that they've done. And their new album, One of Us, has just come out as of about a month ago.
Yeah.
A few weeks, and I didn't buy the whole thing. I bought the songs off that I liked, but that was about half.
They came out with a whole album, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. And I have good things to report.
Good.
That was my pick of the week.
Go check it out. My pick of the week this week is the game The Long Dark. On it's available on. I think I talked about this once on our very early episodes when I got it for PC, but it's now out for PS4. I just want to recommend it again. I don't actually have it, but it's now a lot more accessible for those of you with just consoles. It was in early beta. Of course, you know how those like small indie games are. They're in pre-release forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
I mean, even one of the most popular games of all time right now, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, it's still technically in pre-release. So, and like they're already having like invitational tournaments where people are winning like $300,000 and $400,000 now. But The Long Dark is a wonderful little game. If you I'm one of my gaming guilty pleasures is atmospheric games. Just like where there's not a lot of story and there's not that much, but like the world's just designed and it's a survival game. There's like a huge EMP blast like all over the world, and your plane crashes in the Canadian wilderness, and you have to try not to freeze to death / starve to death / not get killed by wolves. And the art assets are really nice. It's very relaxing, and when it's dark, you cannot see anything. So I mean, you have to do everything you have to do during the day. Unless you have some kind of torch or something, it's very I want to say unforgiving, but a lot of survival games really take their liberties on what you can do to survive and stuff. But The Long Dark's really it's really, one of the things I love about it is for starting fires, you can find a magnifying glass, and the magnifying glass will get dirty and you have to clean it, but you can use that to start fires with. So you're not always relying on like having to do something and expending a lot of energy or just hoping you find a match or something.
Yeah.
So it's like if you find that, you're like, yes, finally, I have like an infinite fire source.
Yeah. A skeleton key for fires.
There you go. But that's something that I love, and I hope you will too. That's it for this week's edition of the Mountain Geek Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook at the Mountain Geek Podcast and on Twitter at MountainGeekP. All your grievances for parking, tweet us at the Mountain Geek Podcast, at Mountain Geek P on Twitter, or send us something on Facebook. If there's something you want us to talk about, send it in. You can either DM us on Twitter, PM us on Facebook, or email the East Tennessean. All right, folks. Hope you have a good day. See you next time.